Shop talk, shayat, shayat, shadayap, shayat, day, shaya, shayat up, shop tayo, shadayap, shop talk.
Hallelujah, hallelujah, for the Lord God Almighty, He reigns. Oh, hallelujah, hallelujah, for the Lord God Almighty, He reigns. Oh, hallelujah. Holy, holy, are you Lord God Almighty? Worthy is the Lamb, worthy is the Lamb. You are holy, holy, are you Lord God Almighty? Worthy is the Lamb. Yeah, let's sing. Come on. Yeah. For the Lord God Almighty, He reigns. Everybody sing. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. For the Lord God Almighty, He reigns. Hey. Hallelujah. Holy. Yeah. Are you Lord God Almighty? Worthy is the Lamb. Worthy is the Lamb. You are holy. Are you Lord God Almighty? Yeah. Worthy is the Lamb. Worthy is the Lamb. You are holy. Lord God Almighty. Yeah. Worthy is, yeah. Holy, holy, are you Lord God Almighty? Worthy is the Lamb. Hey, you are holy. Yeah, Lord God Almighty. Hey, worthy is the Lamb. 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 Hey, worthy is the Lamb. Worthy is the Lamb. Worthy is the Lamb. Hey. Worthy is the Lamb. Worthy is the Lamb. Everybody. Feel good. Listen, I want y'all to help me sing. Say, ain't nobody like him. Ain't nobody like him. He alone is worthy. He alone is worthy. Worthy is the Lamb. Say, ain't nobody like him. Ain't nobody
What is going on, everybody? It is your man, D-Toll. It is another day's journey, and I am glad about it. Welcome to today's show. It is an absolutely amazing day. No matter where you are, no matter what the weather is outside, no matter what is going on around you, it is a good day. If you woke up and you're breathing God's fresh air, it is another day's journey. Listen, I want to welcome you to what you already know. You should know. If not, let me put it on the screen. You are watching or tuned in to Shop Talk right here on Freedom Radio, where we bring you the absolute best in gospel music 24 hours a day. But now you are in particularly watching Shop Talk here on Facebook. Those of you joining us on YouTube as well, want to welcome you to today's show. It's going to be a great ride. Now, before we get into all the things that I normally say, I need you to follow, like, and share. But if you didn't know, my name is Demetrius Tollfree. It says so right there. And you can obviously follow me on social media at DTollfree. That's on Instagram. That's on Facebook. That is on Twitter. That is on Clubhouse. That is also on Venmo and Cash App. If you just want to test out, a lot of people starting to get used to digital currency. If you need to test out, if you can send $1,000 to somebody, listen, test it out on me. I'll let you know if I got it, and we'll buy something in your honor. We'll make it happen. Listen, we've got a great show lined up for you. We've got some great people that'll be joining us in just a moment. But before we get into all of that, you know what you got to do. You got to get on the phone, call, text, tweet, Facebook, MySpace, Instagram, Social Cam, Periscope. Yes, tell your mama them, Ray, Shay, Day Day, Delicious them, Nut them, Pojo them. Let them all know that we are live and streaming again right here on Facebook as well as on YouTube. And we are glad to have you hanging out with us. Let's give some early morning shout outs to some people hanging out with us. And first person to chime in this morning is the birthday girl, the belated birthday girl. Happy birthday again to Tracy J. Wilson. She just joined the 50 Club, and so welcome to the club. But glad to have you hanging out with us this morning. Shout out to Dee Dee Felder. What show would we have without Dee Dee? Talking about, yeah, what up, or I see you. I see you hanging out with us. I am also hanging out with us. Can you believe it? I actually am in the chat today. Shout out to my neighbor as well as a constituent from my church, Gay Harris, in the virtual building also, as well as my first cousin on my daddy's side, Linnell Jonigan, hanging out with us, my big cousin. What is going on, man? Glad to have you hanging out with us as well. Listen, I am excited today. In my opinion, we are probably just a day away, or it might even happen today, to the new release of the Freedom Radio app that is going to be re-released on both Apple or iPhone as well as on Android. I've been working behind the scenes to try to make this happen. And I think between now and tomorrow, we should finally get a chance to have that released. And we've added some new things in there and changed some things around and added a new splash screen, as they call it. And so much more. Actually, for next week's show, you'll be able to open up the Freedom Radio app and choose to watch us live either from the Facebook icon or the YouTube icon right inside of the Freedom Radio app. It's going to be absolutely exciting. As before, you'll be able to, of course, stream freedomradio.com as always. And I want to welcome those who are listening to us as well on freedomradio.com. Thank you for hanging out with us. That may just only be listening to us audibly. It's perfectly fine. You're not going to miss out on anything. It's going to be absolutely amazing. All right. Before I bring up my first co-host, let me just take a quick commercial break and play something I've been meaning to do for a couple of weeks. And that is, I've got commercials I'm supposed to play and videos I'm supposed to play, but for whoever the station manager is, I need to talk to him because he hasn't been reminding me of what I need to do. But since I am in a great mood today, let's get ready to hear this quick message from Pancho Romero and Keisha J about their show called The Music Mix. They'll tell you all the things. Take a look at this.
Hey everybody, it's your boy, James Pancho Romero, and
it's your girl, Keisha J.
And we're from The Music Mix here on freedomradio.com. And you know what? We got a lot going on The Music Mix.
Yes, a lot going on The Music Mix.
And so we talk about community, we talk about news, We talk about good music
Yes.
and artistry from all over the country, right?
Yes, yes. And you don't want to miss it. So check us out every Thursday and Saturday at 12 p.m. And if you're on the East Coast, tune in at 3 p.m.
And you know what? We would love to have you there. And, but Keish, you know what? What if they want to hit us on social media? How do they hit us?
Go to Facebook and follow us at The Music Mix, or hit us up on Instagram at the.music.mix.
Hey, you know what? We would love to have you here. Come on down and spend some time with us at the Music Mix. And I think you have a good time. And remember, you can always catch us on freedomradio.com, where we're always bringing you the best in gospel music.
That is good stuff that we just heard from Pancho and Keisha J. They are always doing some great things with their show, and we want to make sure that we do what we can to promote and push what they're doing. All right, let's get ready to bring up our first co-host, hanging out in Hercules of California. He is my guy. He always makes me laugh. And y'all think I'm churchy. There's nobody more churchier than Ja'Cory Proto. Let's bring you up, my guy and yours, out in Hercules, California, rocking some new gear and rocking some new things to make him look even clearer. Let's bring him up, Ja'Cory. Man, welcome to the show, man. What is going on?
Glory, hallelujah. This morning. This is a little bit. We're not about to have this morning.
Now we got a camera and everything. Now your internet want to start cutting up and make you freeze.
You see, the devil got to show his head.
He busy, ain't he?
All the time. Ooh, yes, I'm crispy. Oh, yeah. You some new gadgets and gizmos.
I hear you, man. Well, I see
you. Some new internet line.
I see you clearer, but now you're starting to freeze. I don't know what's going on with the inter and net, but they're not crossing the intersection. But we are glad to have you hanging out with us, man. It's going to be a great day, and I do see you moving around. I see you moving, making things happen, man. What is going on out in your area? How's your day going? How you feeling on the day?
The sun is shining bright. I'm excited. I'm tired, but I'm moving on. I'm pressing on. It's all good over here.
I ain't mad at you, man. It's all good. Glad to have you hanging out with us. We've got a lot of things to share. Now, before we get going and go any further, we do have another co-host that we're bringing back today that was out last week traveling, doing the things that she does, but out in the North Kakalaki, Charlotte, to be exact. My homegirl and yours, the world travel, the incredible singer, the absolutely amazing graphic designer. You know her, my homegirl, Ja'Cory's homegirl, and yours as well. Yolanda Wild Praise Morant is in the virtual building. Yolanda, what is going on, sister?
Good morning. Everybody's good. Oh, I went to bed really late. I'm really tired.
Oh,
but we're hi. Good morning.
Okay. You're a little whipped from the journey. It's all good. Everybody, had them type of nights. It's hard to sleep and you go to bed late from probably being hyped from working on other stuff and, stuff like that. But nonetheless, you're here.
Yeah, I am right. I will tell you something I'm working on.
Oh, what are you working on?
You said, nonetheless, I'm here. I am here. Grateful to be alive. 2 eyes to see, huh? 2 legs to walk. A mouth to talk. Hey. So I will tell you something I'm working on. I can't let the whole cat out the bag. A couple things I'm working on. We never talk about this kind of stuff, huh? I promise I'm like here, but I'm kind of sleepy. Okay, so I'm working on a couple things. Good morning, everybody. I can't see y'all talking, but good morning. Okay, so it is a beautiful day in Wakanda. Come on, DD Field. I like that. Okay, so here's a couple of things I'm working on. I'm working on something from a company called the JB Factory. And so we're working on the Thomas Whitfield Christmas.
Come on.
I can say that because it's out. Yeah, it's out in the public. So it's called the Thomas Whitfield Christmas. And that's all I can kind of give you. There's a whole lot coming with that. So follow the JB Factory, just like that, JB Factory. We're working on the Thomas Whitfield Christmas. Let's see, I'm also working on I want to be clear, I say this. So it is common. It is not uncommon for designers not to work together. A lot of times designers are, solo entities. And so we're breaking up that whole mold. I'm being honest, this is a very different lane for me because I'm used to working by myself. I've designed a lot of designer friends, but I'm used to working solely by myself. But we're breaking that mold, right? So shout out to Zay Grinder in where is Zay? Zay is in California with you guys. He's this dumb, stupid singer. And a lot of people don't know he's an amazing graphic designer. So he and I are part of Higher Calling. And so we're working on the Higher Calling September event, which I can tell you this much. It's called The Weekend. It's going to be a 3-day event. And I promise you want to be there. It's going to be good. I tell you, it's going to be really, really amazing. And so, Ja'Cory, you should go down, and Demetrius, you should bring, I could say it like this because you should bring your baby mama, and y'all should come down to the ATL. It's going to be dope. I will tell you, it's going to be a concert that night. And you're going to have to be in the building because it's not going to be available online. You're gonna have to be in the building, so it's gonna be a gala, like up, like bougie. It's gonna be really, really amazing. So you need to be there. So I've been working on a lot of stuff, but those are two things that I'm working on. So I'm telling you, you need to be in the building.
Okay.
It's not going to be like anything you've ever seen.
So you gave us September, but you didn't give us the exact date. So you know the exact date?
Okay, so September 10th, 11th, and 12th. September 10th through the 12th in Atlanta, Georgia. Kevin Lemons and Higher Callings 25th year anniversary celebration. We not use celebration maybe, but 25th annual weekend because it's a whole weekend full of stuff. And then the Thomas Whitfield Project, which dropped later in the fall. And then I am doing something at home. I'm going home in about a couple weeks, and I'm going to do a Saturday Night Live event. So we working.
That's good stuff. I love the way that you're keeping yourself busy and keeping yourself in the know of what is happening in the gospel music community. And we say congratulations for all of your hard work.
Yeah, and it's Freedom Radio time. It's Freedom Radio anniversary. Hey.
It is. Definitely. Yeah. I'm excited about that. We just turned 10 years old officially not long ago, and we've been making some changes. Like as many of you know, we have, thanks to Yolanda, we have freshened the Freedom Radio logo. So
after many years, hallelujah.
We're rocking a new version of the logo, which many people have on the sweatshirts that they've been rocking, or hoodies, and the new t-shirts, and obviously it's on the new water bottle that we have, and it's on my new cup, my mug that I'm rocking, all available on freedomradio.com/shop. But I'm super excited about it. And now, yes, Seymour Bryce, I can call out your name. What is going on, man? He always makes me laugh. My guy Seymour, we got to get together, man. I'm ready to go bowling and remind you of who the champion is, which is actually me. You already know that. Anyway, we've got a lot of things that's going to be happening on today's show. Some things I want to share and some great stories that have hit my desk, and to be able to make things happen. And here's Dee Dee Felder trying to talk to Tracy J. Wilson, telling her that we still don't play her cassette. You know what, Tracy? I mean, Dee Dee.
Have you always been this funny?
Who? Dee Dee Felder? Oh, man. She is hilarious. Dee Dee Felder's hilarious. And the only reason why I don't have her on the show is because she's babysitting. If she wasn't babysitting, if she had free time, I'd have her on this show. And I'm telling you, she would have y'all all of the time.
Put that baby in a car seat and come on.
I'm with you. Dee Dee is hilarious. But there's a lot of stuff that we have to talk about. And my guy Hassan, you just mentioned the whole thing happening in Atlanta. Hassan has already chimed in and said that he's going to be there in the virtual building. And speaking of Hassan, shout out again to him. He and his company is the one who has produced and manufactured the shirt that I am rocking on today. the Detold Tea that is available on Pro Black Online. Now, again, if you have the Freedom Radio app, all you have to do is click the FDR shop icon. You'll be able to purchase items from Freedom Radio. You'll be able to purchase items from Demetrius Tollfree. You'll be able to purchase items from Ja'Cory Prothro, Ashlyn Cole, and yes, even Demetrius Hunter, all comprised or all in one place in the Freedom Radio app under the FDR shop icon. I can't wait till you all see the new Freedom Radio app. I actually have it on my phone as a tester, and it just went on the Apple side. It just went to be reviewed. Now, we've been declined twice, but I think we got it straight this time, and it's going to be reviewed, and it should be available, if not today, no later than tomorrow. And it should be available already for Android users, but Apple should be available tomorrow, and I am super excited about it. Ja'Cory, your mama has just joined in, Mama Yolanda, and she is saying, hey, hey, hey. And we are glad to have her hanging out with us today as well. Now, let's get ready to jump into, if we can, let me put it up on the screen, what we're about to jump into, as we have lost Ja'Cory, but it is all to the good. Let's get ready to look at some birthdays. So you know what I got to do? I got to go on Facebook, and I got to go to the birthday area, as I do every week. Y'all know this. However, it's not in the same place that it normally is this time, which means that I have to be a little more creative. So, listen, while I am doing this, if you have not had a chance to do so as of yet, we are in our anniversary season, and we are trying something different this year. Yolanda, I don't know if you've heard this as of yet, or I think you may have seen it in text message. We're not doing an anniversary party per se, but we are looking to do a anniversary picnic, and I want everybody to start marking their calendars for Saturday, July the 10th. We are looking to do an event for Freedom Radio to celebrate our 10th year. So those of you hanging out with us, I want you to start marking your calendars for July the 10th, as we will be doing our best to bring forth a great, great picnic to celebrate our 10th year anniversary. All right, y'all, let's get ready to go into these birthdays. I've got a ton, apparently. So shout out and happy birthday to Catherine Janine, who has a birthday today. And let's see who else I have. Pastor O'Neill Young has a birthday today. Happy birthday, sir. One of the deacons at my church, Ricky Smith, has a birthday. He turned 69 today. You wouldn't believe it. He looks absolutely amazing. Anyway, happy birthday to Ronald Simpson, to Lavina Matthews, Lachey Rowe, to my cousin, Barbara Tollfree. She turns 48 today. Mylan Sanders has a birthday. Richard Brown turns 59. Happy birthday to Marceth Williams. To Kiara Brown, my little niece. She turns, I don't even remember how old she turns, but she got a new year older today. Brenda White has a birthday. Glenn Thomas turns 53. My good friend in Sacramento, Pastor Jacob Perry Jr. has a birthday today. And last but not least, want to say happy birthday to Keith Williams Sr. here in the Bay. Also a big happy birthday, belated birthday to my little cousin, George Smith, who had a birthday a couple of days ago. And there is so many more. Ja'Cory, I see that you're back, man. Why don't we throw it out to you? What birthdays might you have today?
We're going to have to step back until yesterday, and we got to wish the great, awesome performer, Patti LaBelle, a happy birthday. I also have Christopher Chapman, Sheila Martinez. I just lost them. They coming back. Deshaun White, happy birthday. Keith Williams Sr., Noah Connerly, happy birthday. O'Neill Young, you got that. And Nicole Easton's birthday was 2 days ago. To everyone experiencing a birthday today, tomorrow, yesterday, and forevermore, happy birthday.
I hear you, man. I'm not mad at it. That is good stuff. I want to say a good morning and welcome to the show to Stacey Williams, who is hanging out with us as well. And Tracy J. Wilson wanted to remind us that her birthday was this past Friday. She turned 50. And so again, Tracy, we say welcome to the club and happy birthday. Last but not least, Yolanda Wild Praise Morantz, what birthdays might you have today?
Well, I want to shout out to You may not see it, but I have a tech guy in Denver who is really amazing guy. His name is Nadal Ellis. And so today is his anniversary. And a couple of days ago was his birthday. So happy birthday, Nadal. Okay, so let's see. Back home, today is Denisha Herring's birthday. Really, really, really great gal. Gina Kelly from Bishop Kelly in St. Louis, Missouri. Today is her birthday. Ruthie Bolton, you may not know her, but you may know the Bolton brothers. Today is their sister's birthday. My cousin Eric Rohn, today is his birthday. Let's see, go back. Ron McMillan, today is his birthday. And there was, a lot. Kayla J. A couple days was Kayla Jade. Kyla J's birthday. You may have known her from a singing competition on TV. She's a singer out of Nashville. Amazing.
Yeah, she's amazing. She used to sing background for somebody too, didn't she?
Bobby Jones.
Yeah.
I Bobby Jones. That girl is bad.
Yeah, she is amazing. That's awesome. We don't have Ashley today. Ashley texted me yesterday to let me know that she would not be joining us today, and so we're praying that the Lord will give her strength. She's actually at work. Everything is fine, but she's at work today, and she wanted to not have to multitask and be able to focus on the task at hand. And so we want to at least shout Ashley out. Normally she would do our celebrity birthdays, but she's not with us today, but we just wanted to mention her name. I also wanted to mention Seymour Bryce, who always makes me laugh, but he mentioned in particular that he's going to have those watermelons for me in a couple weeks. Watermelons that he's talking about is those yellow meat watermelons. Not everybody is hip to the yellow meat watermelons, but they are absolutely amazing. And
yellow watermelon is, oh my God. Y'all have yellow watermelon in California?
Yeah, oh yeah. It's the Lord's doing.
It is so good.
Oh, it is. It is absolutely
I didn't even know they had it in the States.
Oh yes. We get it, and we absolutely enjoy this. To me, from what I have experienced, I didn't grow up with yellow meat watermelon as I did with red. But when I was hip to it, it seemed like the yellow is naturally a little bit sweeter than the red. So we definitely picked it up over here. It is the Lord's doing, and it is marvelous in my.
I have a couple celebrity birthdays I can give you.
Yes, you can. What do you have?
Okay, so my girl, don't be shady to me. All right, I love Jesus, but I do love and hip hop, and hallelujah. All right, so today is Rashida's birthday, reality star from Love and Hip Hop. She's also a rapper first, actually. She is, guess.
I'm gonna go 45.
You're dead on.
Really? She's 45.
She's 45.
Yeah, I see her on Instagram all the time because she's always trying to promote and stuff like that. And I am rooting for her and her husband. I am really, really rooting for them. I've seen them on a new show, Couples Retreat or something like that.
Yeah.
My wife watches it faithfully, and I'm really, really rooting for that couple.
Yeah, I like them. I like her. She's an entrepreneur. Let me say shout out to the female entrepreneur. She's an entrepreneur. She owns a clothing store in 2 cities. She's a bad girl. She's been doing what she's doing for a long time. Today is also Octavia. I hope I say this right. Octavia Spencer. Say it right, Jacory? So today is her birthday, and she is
Ma. She's 50. 51.
Your Holy Ghost on day. You're 1 year off. She's 49.
I think she's making it up. I think she's 51. But anyway, okay.
She's beautiful.
She's something. Yes.
Okay. I think she's pretty.
Yeah.
Today is Ivan McKellen's. Okay. Today is Ivan McKellen's birthday. Now, I'm almost positive about who this guy is. Do y'all know who he is?
No, never heard of him.
What is wrong with y'all? Okay, so that's him. All right, so I'm a Marvel girl.
Mm-hmm.
He plays, I'm almost sure, Magneto. Oh my God, what is wrong with y'all? Jesus. Didi Felder, where you at? Magneto, X-Men, X-Men, Magneto. He has in the movies. He has the power to bend and transform metal.
Praise the Lord, everybody.
You hear you with me? All right. Jesus, I am a Marvel child. Okay, y'all know I'm a Marvel.
I've heard of
child.
that. I've never heard of him.
You've never heard of Magneto?
No,
Oh,
no,
we gotta catch
not at
you.
all.
Right. That's all the people on here that I kind of know. Maybe this guy's familiar. TJ Money, JT Money. I'm sorry, JT Money.
I've heard the name before. What
Rapper.
who he is? No idea.
Fine, but he rapper. He's a rapper.
It's all good. Well, I appreciate you even finding some of those for us. And to all of you who are celebrating a birthday today or this week over the last few days, take a moment and celebrate yourself. Take yourself to lunch or do whatever you need to do to celebrate. Getting a year older is actually a blessing. And you're either going to get older or you're going to die young. So take advantage of every moment that you have to celebrate yourself. And do it in great style and make things happen. And from all of us here at Freedom Radio, we want to say to you again, happy birthday. All right, y'all. We want to give a quick shout out to Ravonda Williams, who is in the virtual building with us. What is going on, Ravonda? Glad to have you hanging out with us. Welcome back to the show. Haven't seen you in a while. Now, I want to just make mention of the fact that those of you who've been keeping up with us on Freedom Radio, we've got a lot of new items on the Freedom Radio website in terms of things that we have available. As you see, I am rocking my Freedom Radio mug today that has some water in it, praise the Lord. And I also have my official Freedom Radio water bottle here today with me as well. And from last week to this week, we've introduced a couple of new items. And an item in particular, a couple items I want to make mention of. I don't have a picture of them, I don't think. Let me look and see. I may have a picture. Let's see if I'm on it today. I may be on it, may not. Anyway, we've got a couple of new items. One in particular is many of you are charging your phones wirelessly and making things like that happen wirelessly. We do have a new Freedom Radio wireless charger that is available, as well as we have Freedom Radio mouse pads available now. As we are expanding what we have available, and we definitely want to make sure that you know that we have it, and make sure that you be able to patronize us during our 10-year anniversary. Shout out to my homegirl Leah Marie out in Fresno, as my pastor says all the time, as well as to my godfather, Pastor Gerald Harris, out in Salinas. What is going on, sir? Glad to have you hanging out with us as well. And I did a bunch of talking about different things that we have available. We have a quick commercial that we'll play right now that kind of highlights some of the things that we have available. And then I've got a question for you guys in just a second. I have a question for not only our two panelists, but I have a question for you and our listening audience too in just a second. But take a quick look at this. We'll be right back with more, y'all, right after this 50-second commercial. I'll be right back. Hey everyone, this is Demetrius Tollfree, here with some amazing news that you must hear. Freedom Radio is now officially 10 years old, and to celebrate this milestone, we have introduced a bunch of new FDR gear. We want all of our team members, friends, family, and well-wishers to help us celebrate by purchasing items from our store. We have hoodies in an array of colors and sizes, both pullover and zip up. We have t-shirts, water bottles, Freedom Radio and Shop Talk mugs, iPhone cases, hats, and yes, even masks. Simply go to freedomradio.com/shop. Again, that's freedomradio.com/shop to purchase your items. We appreciate all of your dedication and support for this last decade, and we can't wait to share what's next from your radio station, the People's Station, freedomradio.com.
Freedom music. Freedom music.
And we are back. Welcome back to Shop Talk, where you already know what it is. It's where literally no person, and no subject is off limits. All right, y'all. I have a question for you. Everyone who is hanging out with us, I have a great question I want to ask because many of you may know, I don't depend on how much you keep up with the news, and that is some great things that we want to share. First of all, shout out to Jennifer Hughes, who's hanging out with us today. What is going on, Jennifer? Another constituent from my church. Glad to have you hanging out with us. And Ashlyn Cole is working, running around, doing calisthenics and so much more. But she is in the virtual building. And then here's Dee Dee Felder. After watching that commercial, she says that the mask model is fine.
Lord Jesus, give her strength.
There is nobody, and I mean nobody, like Dee Dee Felder. Anyway, I do have a question for those of you hanging out with us. Don't know if you guys knew this. We're in that season. It's been a year. It's been a year since George Floyd has passed. It's been a year since that tragic incident that we saw that took the nation by storm, and police officers by storm, and all, our whole community, our whole world was transformed by 8 minutes and 46 seconds. And here we are a year later. And my question is, what have we learned in a year of the passing of George Floyd? What have we learned? What have we changed? Have we grown? Have we gotten better? Or are we still in the same place that we were 1 year ago? This is something I really want to hear from not only just our panelists, but as well as our the people who are watching. Please feel free to put it in the comments, in the chat. I want to hear from you, y'all. It's been a year. What have we learned? If we've learned anything, what have we changed? Have we grown? Have we progressed? Have we digressed? What has changed in a year? Jacory, man, I'll start with you.
I mean, I honestly feel like we're still in the same spot we started in, honestly. It's been so many killings that have transpired after this situation to where it's just like, okay, we see it now, but are we getting any aid? Are we getting any help? I hope that we're coming together a little more.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't really see much change now.
I feel you. I hear you, man. And Pastor Gerald Harris just chimed in and he says, we have to learn from history that we have not learned from history. It is taking our government too long to make a change that they're refusing to do. I hear you on that, man. It is crazy that even after that incident, even after other incidents that have transpired since then, and many people, just like Jacory just mentioned, feel like we are still in the same place. Tracy J. Wilson chimed in with what you just mentioned, Jacory, and says, that's how I feel, that it's still happening. Yeah, I mean.
Dito, the flip to that is, I know everybody's been watching the news, and you see how we've been having some issues with our Asian community, which I do not like to compare, but at the end of the day, I don't see how we can have issues with the Asians and you ready to pass a bill right like yesterday. But when it comes to the more chocolate covered peanuts, it's just up in the air. It doesn't really matter. So I have a problem with that as well. But guess what? I'm gonna keep on praying and believing.
There you go. I'm not mad at you, man. I'm not mad at you. Ravonda Williams chimes in and she says, yep, they are still killing our Black men and they're making us an endangered species. I hear you, Ravonda. Jennifer Hughes chimes in and she says that she agrees too, that the fact that doesn't seem like we're making much progress or that we're making much change or seeing much change. Man.
But you know what? A change that I do make is, because I know the police was trying to stop me the other day.
Really?
I will detour and go somewhere totally different than where I was planning to go to get away from any type of situation. So it was just like, I'm gonna turn down this street. I ain't never been on this street before, but I don't even want to be in the situation of being pulled over.
Yeah.
So me being a Black man, it's just like, let me swing a left. Let me go somewhere else because I don't have time for it.
I feel you. And Tracy J. Wilson chimes in and she says that things are coming out that have been swept under the rug. I hear you. And Dee Dee says to you, she is praying for you, Jacory. I am grateful, knock on wood. I have not been pulled over in many, many years. I try to drive as safely as I can, and so I haven't been pulled over in many, many years myself. But all the different things I've seen, how different people are just being randomly pulled over. I don't know if any of you saw this on Instagram. It's funny, but then it's not funny. And then I want to get Yolanda's comments on this. I was on Instagram the other day, and a couple of brothers got pulled over by the police. And, he was asking them, hey, do you have anything on you, any paraphernalia, anything? And they admitted that they had some weed in the car. And the cop said, okay, that's cool, whatever. So they went, she said, let me see it. So he pulled it out and said, let me see it. They showed it to him. And he said, okay, well, that's not illegal. But he said, what I want you to do is, he said, I want you to throw it outside of your car window. And they said, what? Yeah. So to avoid giving you a ticket for this, I want you to throw it out of your car window. So the young man proceeds to do what the officer says, and he throws it out of the window. The cop then hands the young man a ticket. And he says, well, what is this? He said, I have to give you a ticket for littering.
Wow.
So he doesn't give him a ticket for having the weed. He makes him throw it out the window, probably because he's going to use it himself later. But then he gives him a ticket for littering. I'm telling you, the stuff that we are seeing in America is going crazy. As Pastor Gerald Harris would normally say when he's preaching, he's starting to feel it and things start going crazy. He would say things are going D-Y diddly. And they're going crazy. And I want to put some things on the screen. So Ashlyn chimes in. She says, I feel like we are more segregated. People that look like me, talking about her, have been despicable to every shade outside of beige. She said, it hurts my heart, but pushes me to be even more authentically true to my parents' teaching of equal rights, kindness, and love. I love that, Ashlyn. Leah Marie chimes in and she says, I have a high anxiety around police. She says, I'm nervous when they are behind me. And even she says, I'm even 100% legit. I'm sick of it. We are unprotected. And then Dee Dee chimes in and she says, I got pulled over in Hercules for a city that Jacory is familiar with. She says, Popo did nothing, told me I smell good and be safe. And so she says, bye, sucker. I hear you. I mean, this whole thing is really, really getting crazy. I don't know how it is in North Carolina, Yolanda, but out here in California, we are seeing more people getting pulled over. And, again, I haven't been pulled over, so I can't give my personal testimony of what is going on, but I've been seeing some stuff happen. Maybe you could shed some light on this, Yolanda. What do you think? It's been a year. Have we learned anything? Are we progressing? Are we digressing? What are you thinking?
I don't think we've learned one thing. Not one. I don't use to talk like that, but I don't. I think you have to create, all that I keep hearing in my head over and over is you have to create the change you want to see. And I think part of the problem is, we talk a lot about what people do to us, but we do a lot of things to ourselves. And so, it's hard for people. I'm not saying that what occurs to Black people specifically is right. By no means am I, saying that. But I am saying it's hard for people to respect you when you don't respect yourself. Now I want to be clear. They've been messing with us for decades upon centuries, right? And there are things, if you go back way, way, way back, there are things that were done that messed with the psychological, that messed with the psychological things of our forefathers. And so I think some of those things still today affect how we see ourselves, how we see each other, so on and so on and so on and so forth, right? But I think the other part is sometimes we sell out ourselves. And so it's like You know, I always tell people you can't do at home what you can't do in private what you don't do at home. So if
Yeah.
your kid acts out at the store, sometimes they're just, they're just acting out. But
Yeah.
sometimes they're acting out because there's no discipline at home. So I think part of the problem is we're not having enough conversations about what we do to ourselves.
Yeah.
We kill up each other over nonsense, over a corner. You know, my friend tells me all the time, how do you take somebody out over a corner that you don't even own the corner? You don't own the store. You don't own the meter. You surely don't own the block. Like those types of things. So I think, I'm not saying that what is done is right, because it's not. But I think the other part that has to happen is we have to create the change.
True.
Because it's obviously, this makes me, but it's obviously they're not going to. You know what I'm saying? It's like obvious. There's been several things that have happened in the last 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. How do you walk in someone's house and just shoot them? That Breonna Taylor girl still has not got justice. There's something wrong with that. And you know why I personally believe why Asians got what they got? Again, I'm not saying it's right. Y'all can't come and get me because I live all the way in North Carolina. Because they stick together. Hell or high water. They buy communities together. You ever notice when you go into Asia? Let me tell you, the hardest market to get in is the beauty supply market.
They got that sold up.
They got that sold up. Now, you're going to have to get me to stop so my 15 minutes is up. Because I'm telling I could. How do you sew up? Now, this is, first of all, as we all know, I've been to Japan several times. I have a large love and affinity for the Asian community, like nobody's business, right? But how do you sew up what we use? You know how hard it is to get into the hair bit. It's a little bit easier now. There was a lady in my city who, about 10 years ago, she opened up a beauty supply. That girl stood in her store herself, tears running down her face, and told me how much she went through trying to get into that market because they sold it up. They buy the stores. They sell the products that they don't use. They don't even use the products. I want to help you. I am a beauty supply girl. I love the beauty supply. I go sometimes just to go, right? They don't use any of these products. We do.
True.
And it is sold up. You hear me? See, what y'all don't know is they buy a store, and then they train all their children. And then then they send that money home. Then they circulate that money back to buy another store. Why don't we do stuff like that? So we can't, although I understand, I'm sorry.
No, you good.
But I understand the aggravation. I understand it's not right. But at the same time, we can't be mad at them when they stick together. They don't even have to like each other. But they stick together. They buy homes. I've seen it with my own eyes. They stick together.
Yeah.
If we could learn to do that, I'm not saying what they do to us is right, but I am saying we have lost something over the last maybe like 40 years or so. We don't get up and just stand up for pure justice. Our moral situation is all over the place. We do whatever, we say whatever, and then we get mad that people don't treat us the way we deserve, but we don't treat ourselves well. Okay, you have to turn my mic on mute. Okay.
No, you fine.
You talking good.
The funny thing is, everything you're saying is right, and then of course here comes Dee Dee Felder as we're talking about what standing and standing for what's right, and she says what we do is fight over sugar and grits. You know what? I can't.
I'm just saying, love and hip hop. You know what I'm saying? I love it.
Absolutely right.
You know what I'm saying? Okay.
It's right.
You know what I'm saying? We love and hip hop. I do admit that I watch it. I do admit that.
I watch it.
I do. But at the same time, I am telling you, if I ever, my auntie at 70-something years old will get on a plane and beat my hide.
Hide.
How dare you show yourself like that? Do you know who you are? They don't play. So you know what I'm saying? We kind of do certain things to ourselves. That's all I'm saying.
I'm with you. You're absolutely right. And I wanted to pull up something that Pastor Gerald Harris mentioned. Many of you may not know this. He is now retired, but he was the associate deputy warden at a jail in the Salinas area. I mean, in heavy high timber is what he is. And he says that he recently got pulled over. He showed the officer his badge. Again, he is the deputy warden of a prison, and they saw his badge, and he said they still took him through drama. I mean, come on, he's on the same side as them. And yet and still they pulled him over and gave him all of this type of drama. And for what? What is the real reason that the police has this type of attitude toward us? And even though, we have a lot of people, a lot of African Americans in that are police officers and stuff like this. And again, I can't talk about what I've been through because I haven't been through this personally. But I've seen where even African Americans are treating other African Americans with the same type of disrespect that other officers are treating us with. I mean, where do we pull this whole thing together? Where do we cut that and make that divide and be able to, as Yolanda so eloquently stated, be able to stand up together for what is right? And even if we don't like each other, I love that you pulled that out, Yolanda. Even if we don't like each other, we still should be able to stick together. You know what I'm saying? And so, a lot of things is coming through. And he says, it's all because I was wearing a hoodie coming from Bible study. Lord have mercy. How do you pull over a pastor in a hoodie that shows you a badge that he's a former deputy warden, and you still give him the business? Oh, man. Leah Marie chimes in from Fresno and says, speaking about the police, the root of the police is corrupted, so it needs to be uprooted and reshaped. They were formed to chase down and killed freed slaves. I hear you.
Yeah, I don't think you should get to be a police officer in, what's the time, in 9 months?
I don't even think
less than a year.
Yeah, I don't know if it's
no, madam or sir. You should have to. I am not a degreed business owner, but I do feel like if you are going to be in the public eye like that, and around people of all shapes, creeds, and colors, and mental spaces every day, you should have to have some years behind you. You should have to have some education behind you, and it should take you a little while. You have to go to school for a long time to be a doctor, right? To cut on people. Why shouldn't you have to do the same thing to do a police officer?
Yeah, I feel you. Ravonda chimed in a little earlier, and I want to put this on the screen. She says Freedom Radio can start a beauty supply. She says I grew up in the industry, and that she is a third generation cosmetologist. I'm not mad at you. I love the way you're thinking, Ravonda. Freedom Radio, we're looking to get into a whole lot of different things, and that might be an industry that we might be able to pool our funds together and make happen. I'm looking to make a smart investment that I can see a return on, and maybe, just maybe, that might be a direction that we could all put some money in. People buying Bitcoin and stuff like that. Why can't we do something to put some money back into our own community? I love it.
Why can't we bring back Black Wall Street? Like, how do you kill a whole town?
Yeah.
Come on.
And it's still like, you know what I'm saying? Still like no one's really talking about it. Like, how do these people kill the whole town? Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? Things like that. We need Black Wall Street, like what we, again, with the Asian market, the Jewish community, the Hispanic communities, all these communities, they dump this money back into their own community.
Definitely. Yeah, you're right. And just like you, I've seen where they'll buy a house. And I think me and Allegra have talked about this before. I believe, now I could be wrong, but I believe what they do is the families pool together their monies. They buy a house, and they put about 2 or 3 families into that house. And you'll notice everybody in that house is driving some sort of upper echelon type car, Mercedes, BMWs, Teslas, all these. You see all these type of cars around it. Then when a couple gets to a certain age, I believe, or a certain year amount that they've been together, they'll either buy out that house or they'll send them to another place. They'll buy another house, and they just keep pooling their money together and then buying houses, pooling their money together and investing into each other. And listen. I think that is the smartest thing ever. Why aren't we as Black people doing it? Why? I'll tell you why. Because somehow or another, we have been taught this crabs in a bucket mentality. I don't even know where it came from, but we've been taught this crabs in a bucket mentality. We in the Bay Area have seen it. We don't even have to talk about it from just being a Black person. We've seen it in the gospel community. That this crabs in a bucket type of mentality to where we don't want to see other people win. Listen, let me stop long enough to tell you this. Jacory, I want to see you win, man. I want to see you on every stage that your name should be on. And I'm not going to be jealous. I don't even have to go with you. I want to see you win because you deserve to win. You're a great person and you deserve it. There is no benefit from me. There's no benefit for me to be jealous of whatever you are attaining. I think it's amazing that your song is making things happen. Why would I be jealous of that? Wherever you go, you're taking the Bay Area with us. So why would I be jealous of that? So I really wish that we as a Black people would get this crab mentality, crab in the buckets mentality out of our mindset and take a page out of the Asian community and be able to stand and work together. We don't even have to like each other. But my pastor tells me all the time, he says, son, makes no difference who gets the credit, just as long as God gets the glory. Hey, why don't we pool our monies together and, as Ravonda said, purchase a building, make us a whatever we want it to be. It don't even have to be a hair salon. It could be a beauty supply, and it could be a beauty supply and hair salon. Who knows? With a music studio in the back. Who knows? Who cares? Why don't we just pool our money together and make something happen that can get us to the next level? I'm a hush right there. I'm gonna just hush.
Saying this last part, y'all do know we are the. I say y'all. I mean African Americans. I know we have people of all persuasions watching us. Thank you so much for tuning in. Black people are the biggest buying consumers. Period.
Yeah.
We spend over $1 trillion. What
do we spend it on?
Imagine if we flip
on unnecessary stuff,
on our bodies. We wear our money.
Yeah,
to flash in front of our cousins and people at church. I mean, so we really just need to have some lessons inside our church and
facts.
Because at the end of the day, guess what? I've been wanting a Gucci belt a long time, but I had to sit back and say, guess what? And this is just me being candid in this moment.
Definitely.
I don't really need it. For what? What does it represent on my body? Or is it just because it's the going trend?
It's something.
So my thing is, it's a good season to check your wants. Are your wants necessities?
Definitely. And you know what ends up happening? And then I'm gonna put a couple comments on here, and then we're gonna move on. Bottom line is, with us, you know what happens? We spend money that we don't have, buying stuff that we don't need, trying to impress folk that we don't like. And we end up being broke. I'm gonna say that again for somebody that may have missed it the first time. We have to stop spending money we don't have, buying stuff we don't need, trying to impress folk that we don't like. That is what has had us in the broke house for so many years. Let me pull a couple things up and we're going to get to our next thing. Pastor Gerald Harris says that we don't understand the value of land ownership, and we really have close as opposed to having land. I am with you on that, sir. Leah Marie also chimes in again. And Leah Marie, who actually attends Pastor Gerald Harris's church. So apparently Pastor Harris is doing some good teaching to Leah, because she says, take the family resources and the trade jobs away. Black Wall Street is done in 2 generations. Teaching trades in school and removing that was the most detrimental tactic in our community. They took away our middle class, which keeps the communities thriving. I love it. I love the way you're thinking. Ashton further chimes in and she says we have to stop having a consumer mindset and start producing. I like that too. Cheryl Reed chimes in. What is going on, Cheryl? She says the biggest consumers we wear, drive, sleeps. I feel you on that. Shout out to the homie Denisha Sexton Do. Lady Do chimes in and she says, need to learn and teach about how money works like rich people do. Listen, it all starts with your credit. I'm not going to go back down that avenue, but I'm here to tell you that if we just learn the basics of our credit and what it can do for us, that alone can put you in a different class of understanding. You can't buy you. Listen, I'm learning this as a 50-year-old guy. I'm learning this. It makes no difference how much cash you have. If you don't have no credit, you can forget about your cash. Can't buy everything. Some things credit have to buy that your cash can't get. So the soon as we start learning that, we will be able to find some things out. And Pastor Harris, I know you would want to say this. Let me say it in your stead. If you want to learn anything and everything about stuff like this, read Proverbs. Read the book of Proverbs. You'll learn about wisdom that you probably never knew that you had in you just by studying the book of Proverbs. Everything we need is in the Bible. Start with the book of Proverbs and you'll see just how far you'll get. All right, y'all. We are at the top of the hour. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a music break. We haven't done this in a while. Wild Praise has been on me. I've known Yolanda for 10 years. Yolanda has been on me for the longest time, ever since my last CD. She's like, when are you going to release some new music? I don't know. I don't know when I'm going to release some new music, but I feel a tingling in my left foot that is trying to work on me. I don't know when I'm going to release some new music, but I tell you what I do have. I have a particular video that I want to share from my quartet group, the Harvesters. Many of you know the Harvesters or have been able to see and partake of some things that we have done. I want to put something on the screen that I had a conversation with these young guys a few days ago. We're really, really thinking about releasing this music from this event that I'm about to play. I want to take a quick 5 minutes and play something for you. Many of you may have seen it before, but I want to share a little bit of what we are thinking about releasing for real. As soon as I can get it up, give me 2 seconds because I got to, yep, that's exactly what I got to do. So Yolanda, I have this in mind as something that we just might release, and I'm praying that you guys will like it. Why don't we take a quick look at this? As soon as I can get it up. Yeah, it's time for me a new computer. Anyway, take a look at this, y'all. I'll be right back.
Sent us this little song. She revised an old hymn. I don't know if many of y'all know this, but I expect, you got to say spec when you sing quartet. Yeah. I expect we better sing the song that Lauren sent us. The song simply says, On Christ. Y'all help me out here. Okay. Marcus Phillips on the bass. DJ Corey on the drums. All right, y'all. That feels nice. That feels good. All right, brethren. Let's try it right here. On Christ the solid rock I stand. All of the ground is sinking sand. On Christ the solid rock I stand. All of the ground is sinking sand. I can't see you, but I see you clapping your hands by now. You ought to just pat that left foot as we say it one more time. On Christ the solid rock I stand. All of the ground is sinking sand. On Christ the solid rock I stand. All of the ground I got one verse, and I'm gonna give it back to them. Come on, listen.
Yes, come on, D.
My hope is built on nothing less than Jesus' blood and his righteousness. I dare not trust the sweetest frame, wholly lean on Jesus' name, y'all. I'm starting to feel right churchy right through here.
Yes,
I see you over there clapping your hands. Come on, help me here. On Christ up.
On Christ the solid rock I stand.
All of the ground.
All of the ground is sinking sand.
On Christ the
On Christ the
solid.
solid rock I stand.
All
All
the
of the ground
It is sinking
sand.
y'all. Can I say that verse one more time?
Yes,
Come on. I'm gonna leave this thing alone, but I'm starting to feel churchy right here. Let me say these words here. Listen. My hope is built on nothing less than Jesus' blood and his righteousness. I dare not trust the sweetest frame, but wholly lean on Jesus' name. You know what? We better sing that chorus one more time. Hey, on Christ the
On Christ the solid rock I stand.
all of the ground.
Ground is sinking sand.
On Christ the solid.
Christ the solid rock I stand.
All of the ground.
All of the ground is sinking sand.
Now I tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna flip this thing just a tank. We're gonna go to what they call the bridge. When we say, when darkness
When
fell,
darkness veils his lovely face.
I rest upon his unchanging grace. When every high,
In every
yeah,
high and lonely gale.
my anchor holds within the veil. Yeah, on Christ,
On Christ I stand. On Christ I stand.
have I got a witness?
On Christ I stand.
Yeah.
On Christ I stand.
On Christ I stand.
On Christ I stand.
I'm trying to keep it together.
On Christ I stand.
But when I talk about Jesus
On Christ I stand.
and all he's done for me,
On Christ I stand.
my soul cries out.
On Christ I stand. On Christ I stand.
My soul cries out.
On Christ I stand.
Y'all better help me here. Let's move to this next
On
part.
Christ I stand.
Yeah, on Christ.
Christ I stand.
Yeah, on Christ.
Christ I stand.
Have I got a witness? On Christ.
Christ I stand.
Everybody here know about Christ.
Christ I stand.
Wait a minute. Hey, on Christ I stand.
On Christ I stand.
On Christ I stand.
On Christ I stand.
Lord.
On Christ I stand.
On Christ I stand.
On Christ I stand.
On the ground.
On Christ I stand.
It is sinking sand.
On Christ I stand.
Is there anybody here
On Christ I stand.
that you're leaning on Christ?
On Christ I stand.
On Christ I stand.
On Christ I stand.
All of the ground.
Christ I stand.
It is sinking sand.
On Christ I stand.
Have I got one witness?
On Christ I stand.
Everybody clap your hands.
On Christ I stand.
All right, about potentially releasing that particular song as well as some others. And thank you all for being so nice and so kind to listen to that. We thank you for all of your love and support. We are back. We're in the second hour here of Shop Talk. And thank you, Kirsten. I see you out there hanging out with us. What is going on to my young homie? Glad to have you hanging out with us. And I see you, Jennifer and Dee Dee and so many others. Renee Kennedy, thank you for that as well. All the love and support. So we're thinking about releasing that. And we're thinking I got to get a photo shoot done and all that kind of stuff. We'll see what happens. Y'all keep us in your prayers. And of course, you know, I will keep you posted on what we ultimately decide. All right, I'm back with Wild Praise. I'm back with Ja'Cory Prothro. You're watching Freedom Radio. You're watching Shop Talk right here on Freedom Radio on YouTube as well as on Facebook. And I want to thank all the listeners who are listening to us live on freedomradio.com as well. All right, let's get ready to jump into this part of our show. And this is where we need to make a decision. Yes, this is where Corey's looking like, what? A decision has to be made. And I know that if I can depend on anybody to help us make a decision, I can depend on our friends and our constituents here on our Shop Talk brand. And so I have a question. I definitely need some help. Ashton chimes in is talking about, oh, Lord. I definitely need some help to make a decision. And today's decision, or one has to go, or however you may want to classify it, goes a little something like this. A decision has to be made. Jacory and Yolanda, I know we shouldn't even be talking about stuff like this, but a decision has to be made. Coke versus Pepsi. A decision must be made. If you had to pick one or the other, Dee Felder is already chiming in talking about goodbye to Coke. One of these would have to go. And here we go, Ashlyn. She's talking about you trying to start an all-out war. No, Ashlyn, no, I'm not. But one of these, you have to make a decision. Renee chimes in, she says both. But if I had to make a decision, it would be Pepsi. I hear you. I'm not mad at you. And I know all of y'all are trying to be healthy and you're drinking water and all this type of good stuff. I get all that. But before you was on this water kick, you was drinking one or the other. And I see people chiming in. Denisha Sexton says that both can go. I hear you. Tracy J. Wilson says Coke can go. I'm not mad at you. It is all good. Jacory, I'll start with you. If one of these, if you had to pick one, or if one had to go, whichever way you want to go about it, which one of these would it be?
All I would say is, look at your neighbor and say, where is the root beer? If I'm gonna have a brown drink, it ain't gonna be neither one of those. It's gonna be a root beer, baby.
Wow. Okay, I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad. I'm a Dr. Pepper guy myself. That's where the Lord always leads me.
But Coca-Cola, I mean, if I have some Coke, it's like 2 swigs and it's going in the garbage. But Pepsi is just too sweet, so it would be Coca-Cola. And
Okay.
plus, Whitney did a whole bunch of Coca-Cola classic commercials. So
I feel you, man. Michael Jackson did Pepsi, though. I was a Michael Jackson fan. He did Pepsi. Anyway, I see Jennifer Yu chiming in saying both need to go. My little sister, the daughter of Pastor Gerald Harris, Bina, chimes in and she says Pepsi is the best. I'm not mad at you, Bina. Now, as I mentioned, as you can see, I am a Dr. Pepper type guy. I even have AirPod case that is a Dr. Pepper to remind me just how good it is. And I see you, Denisha. I knew you was my homie for a reason. She says that she's a Dr. Pepper girl too. I am not mad. Tracy J. Wilson is cracking up at you. Jacory, I'm not mad at it. It's all is good. And Ashton wants to remind us that it was the Pepsi set that caught Michael Jackson's hair on fire. Well, Wild Praise, you're muted just so you know. But if you had to pick one of these, whether to keep or to go, you can let us know. Which one would it be? And you're
I
muted.
was laughing because all I could see was that hair catching on fire, that curl
Remember
juice.
that. Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, sir. Woo. Okay. Well, yeah, I don't drink soda. So if I had to choose, which is the question, Coke. I don't drink soda. I used to work at Popeyes. I drink every soda combination you can have on the whole planet. So I'm like Jacory. I'm not a soda drinker. But if I had to choose, I would choose Coke. I like the design better.
Oh, so you choose it from a graphical design aspect?
I do actually sometimes choose stuff because the presentation. I'm serious. Sometimes the presentation makes a difference. See, it makes
that
a difference.
is some bad cursive.
Yeah, I've always liked the Coke's presentation. I don't like the new Pepsi logo. But Pepsi is very strong.
Both of them are strong.
It's like acid going down your throat.
Well, if you get it from McDonald's, man, both of them are strong. Again, I'm a Dr. Pepper, Mr. Pibb type of guy. I drink Dr.
Oh,
Pepper
really?
and Mr. Pibb. They're both kind of like in that same category to me. And I also like you, Jacory. I drink root beer. It is the Lord's doing as well. So this is good. I am cracking up at the different disparities of opinions that we have from different people. But this is good to know. So we got people who like Coke, and we have people who like Pepsi. We have people who like root beer. We have people
If
who
I'm gonna
like.
drink something, it's gonna be Sprite. It's not gonna be any.
Yes, a Canada Dry.
Oh, a Canada Dry, and that's the black people's remedy to your stomach hurt. So
Everything. Get you some ginger ale.
But it does work. Most people don't know it really does work. There's whatever's in the ginger ale, the Sprite, it really does work. It really will settle your stomach. That's the truth.
Okay. I mean, between if you get sick, it's either take a nap or it's drink ginger ale. It's one of the two. Between those two things, you'll start feeling better a little in a little time. Didi Fetter says that Mr. Pibb and Dr. Pepper is truly hood. You know what? I can't with you. I'm not going there. Listen, I'm grateful to all of y'all who has chimed in on that. And then here comes Miss Kennedy, who says ginger ale will bring you back from the brink. I'm not mad at you. Cheryl Reed also chimes in, and she says that ginger ale works. Yeah, I mean, we keep ginger ale in. Allegra swears by it. She swears by it. She's from, and her mother is from Louisiana, and man, they swear by ginger ale. If you get sick, or get you a little ginger ale to coat your stomach, and you'll be all right. So that's where we stand. I'm gonna leave it alone right there. Listen, I have another thing that I want to mention, and that I have another question that leads into a story. So things are starting to open up. I think we talked about this lightly a couple of weeks ago, but things are starting to open up. Churches are back open. We saw the most people at church this past week than we've seen in 15 months. So churches are back open. Restaurants, bars, clubs. DJ is back to gigging. So he was in Fresno over the weekend doing a gig. So now things are starting to open back up. How safe are you guys feeling? Like I know we're still wearing masks, and again, I have been vaccinated. I still have a little something going on my arm, but I've been vaccinated. I've had both doses, so I've got my card. As a matter of fact, I got to sing at a wedding today. First time I've sang at a wedding since the pandemic, and I'm singing at a wedding today. And we have to flash our card that we are vaccinated or show a positive or a negative COVID test. Things are opening back up. What's your thought on it? You feel safe? Yolanda, I'll start with you this time. How are you feeling about things opening back up?
I think we need to sit down somewhere. All my first lady had it. I don't have my first lady hat on today. I do. I think we're doing too much. Okay. I don't think we know enough about the number. I just don't. I think we're moving. Isn't that kind of weird? The whole world shuts down. Less than 300 or so days. We're pulling past the 300 mark. We're like, oh, okay, we good. So where's the party at? What? Sit down.
I hear you.
I just think we're moving too fast. Now, I want to be honest. Yes, I have flown, concerts, traveling. I was just in St. Louis, but there's a difference. I fly, and I get back home. I'm probably like sitting down for like a week or so. I'm serious. I'm like at my house. I order in, whatever. I'm not saying you have to be freaked out or overly cautious. I do just personally think we're moving too fast. Like I think we need to slow down a little bit. I know we love Jesus and we celebrating the church's birth, but I mean, y'all act like, it didn't happen. I think we're moving too fast. It's just me.
Okay, I'm with you. And let me ask this: are you vaccinated as of yet, or still not yet?
Part 1, I say part, but y'all freaking people out on the part 2, because y'all, the postings is freaking me out a little bit. So I got vaccinated because I travel, number one, and you know, I do a lot of traveling. Other part is I went to St. Louis to sing, and I saw my family, and I really wanted to see my auntie. She was not letting you in her house if you were not vaccinated. So I'm serious, I'm honest. I got vaccinated for her.
Okay.
So that's just my opinion. You know, I can rattle on, but I just think we're moving too fast. I think we need to slow down a little bit, and I want to be clear. Yeah, so you'll be seeing me in mask for a very long time because I have about 28 of them mugs, and I spent a nice little piece. You know, I bought some with 10. You know, some 20. Amen. The
I'm not.
mask ministry will be happening.
I'm not mad at you, and I'm not mad at your thought process as well. Ja'Cory, let me ask you this, man. You know, again, things are starting to open up. A lot of people that you know, I know, you included. You know, a lot of people's financial stability is based off gigging and singing here and there and doing what they do to make ends meet. Things are opening back up. Are you starting to gig a little more now? And if you are,
I mean,
how comfortable are you feeling?
I did get vaccinated. All praises be to God. And I will say that you got to watch what you speak in going forth with anything that you do. And I heard many horror stories. Oh, this, that, and the other. I made the declaration over my own life that I would have no side effects, and I was fine. A lot of times we let things penetrate our brain, and that's the reason why we see them, because we speak them out of our mouth. So I'm just telling people all around me, watch what you're speaking in this season, because if you speak it, you're going to see it.
Yeah.
So speak the right thing so that you can see it. But I'm moving slowly. And my thing with the church, if you coming back to the church and it ain't no praise and you doing the same old thing, you might as well keep it closed. From what I'm seeing, we going back to the basics of what we was doing before. So you can keep it closed, because I can have church right here in my sanctuary, which is my house, and my praise will still reach him. So I don't know. I'm kind of got mixed emotions with that, because people are still dying. Colored people are still dying from COVID.
Yeah.
There's families losing fathers, mothers, aunties. So, I mean, you really got to be smart in this season, you know, just in your movements. I'm wearing a mask. I'm not taking off a mask, but I am ready to go somewhere. Father God, in the name of Jesus, I'm ready to go.
I hear you. I plan on taking an excursion myself this coming weekend. It is a holiday weekend, and so I do plan on taking a little bit of an excursion with the wife and kids. But yeah, so things are opening up. As I mentioned, you know, I'm doing a wedding today. The wedding is outside, but you know, and it's condensed to only 50 people. So I'm curious to see what it's going to look like. This is my first wedding during this whole season. I haven't attended in a wedding. I haven't been to a funeral in a long time. So I'm curious to see how things are going to pan out today. But things are going crazy. You know, churches are opening back up, as I mentioned. Restaurants are back open. As a matter of fact, some restaurants aren't even extra social distancing. Some of them have, you know, like the plexiglass between the different tables, and they'll still skip a table. Well, I went to a place last night. There was no plexiglass. And there was no separating of the table. So we were sitting at the table. There was somebody at the table right behind us, and somebody at the table right in front of us as well. And there was nothing to separate us. We had our masks on, of course, and my kids are so crazy. We had our masks on. We took our masks off to eat and drink, of course. But then we heard somebody cough, and while we were eating, we was like, yeah, and put that mask right back on while we were still eating, just to make sure. You know, we were being silly and facetious, but we are very, very serious about this, and we don't have time to get sick. I still got things to do. I ain't got time to die right now. So, you know, I'm trying to do all that I can to stay safe and be able to make things happen. Even I'm going to be on a plane in a couple of days, and we're definitely keeping our masks on. We're going to hope. Now, I haven't rode this airline in a long time, so I'm praying that they do the right thing. But I'm curious.
You riding Spirit?
His first cousin. I'm riding Spirit's first cousin, Allegiance.
Oh, you riding Frontier?
Allegiance.
Allegiance?
Right. Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance
Allegiance, Frontier, and Spirit are all related to Soul Plane. They're all first cousins to Soul Plane. So I'm a little. I haven't rode Allegiance in quite a while, and they only go from the city I'm going to the city I'm going to. That I'm leaving from to the city I go to. That's the only place they fly to, and so I'm a little concerned.
let me go see where you going.
I'm a little concerned, but we're going to pray that the Lord would give us strength. But speaking of that, speaking of this whole airline thing and this whole situation of COVID and everybody being careful, I wanted to mention this. Yolanda mentioned a few moments ago that she's going to be traveling, and she's been traveling. She just came back from Missouri. Right? St. Louis, Missouri. Yeah. And I'm getting ready to travel over the weekend. Things are getting a little out there. A Southwest flight attendant, she lost 2 teeth after an in-flight incident occurred on the plane.
Oh.
A Southwest airline flight attendant was assaulted by a passenger over the weekend and lost 2 teeth. According to the letter to the Flight Attendants Union sent to the airline on Monday in an appeal for more safeguards as travel rebounds. I mean, people are starting to fly again. This weekend, one of our flight attendants was seriously assaulted, resulting in injuries to the face and the loss of 2 teeth. Unfortunately, this is one of those many occurrences that has been happening lately. The FAA seeks thousands in fines from this disruptive airline traveler. I'm here to let you know, just in brevity, that the union is doing what they can to try to protect this person, but there has been an unprecedented number of incidents that have become to what they call intolerable, with passengers' non-compliance events also becoming more aggressive in nature. So these passengers are becoming more and more aggressive. They're not really trying to hear what the flight attendants are trying to say, and they are acting out. So the Southwest spokesperson, Chris Maines, confirmed that a passenger physically assaulted a flight attendant when Southwest Flight 700 from Sacramento to San Diego landed Sunday morning. The passenger repeatedly ignored standard in-flight instructions and became verbally and physically abusive upon landing. Law enforcement officials were requested to meet the flight upon arrival, of course, and the passenger was taken into custody. We do not condone or tolerate verbal or physical abuse of our flight crews, who are responsible for the safety of our passengers. To bring this whole thing into closure, something happened from Sacramento to San Diego. The person on the flight got belligerent, got into it with the flight attendant. Apparently some blows was thrown, and that flight attendant lost 2 teeth. Now, let me ask you guys, none of you all are flight attendants. However, we fly all the time. And what are y'all thinking about this here? It's not even safe to be a flight attendant. You got to lose teeth.
Well, let me say that I have had some rude flight attendants in my day and time. And I think as a whole, as a human being, we need better customer service across the board. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to lay my hands on you. I'm just going to, So I think that the passenger, he shouldn't be able to fly, period.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that's...
So you understand the passenger hit the stewardess in the mouth?
Yeah.
Like directly?
Yeah.
It's hard to lose 2 teeth.
Yeah, your privileges are lost, boo.
I would assume that the 2 front teeth, too.
It could be the 2 front teeth. You didn't specify, but I can only assume if it's 2 of them.
And the amount of money, first of all, it's not worth it because you could get sued, and then the amount of money you would have to pay to all the flight attendants make some nice money. But you would have to pay to get, the repairs. I mean, it's just I don't, and I agree with Ja'Cory. I've had some. So one time I was flying. I've never told this story publicly. So one time I was flying during COVID, and early on during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Oh, we're still in the pandemic. So the early on part of the pandemic, So the flight attendant who was of Caucasian persuasion. So I asked, could I move my seat because the plane was kind of fairly empty. A flight attendant told me I could move. Another flight attendant of Caucasian persuasion had her very nice luxury purse in the seat with the seatbelt on it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I went to sit down because I didn't necessarily see it. That was her bag. I just saw a bag. I wasn't telling the story in the right order. Okay, move fast. So I go to sit down. She tells me, "Didn't you see my purse right there?"
Oh, Shando Ninia.
Ikanashe. Thank you, Lord Jesus.
So I had to choose. Do I want to be my mama, my grandma, my cousin, you know what I'm saying? You don't want that kind of smoke. Or do I want to be a saved Christian? Yeah.
Was it a middle seat?
It was like the very back seat, the last seat in the back.
So she
There
was
was
be
no
like
one
on,
sitting there.
she was going to sit on the aisle, and you were going to sit at the window.
Oh, no sugar pop. Her purse was sitting there.
But I mean, what you were trying to accomplish was you were going to sit on the row with her. She was going to be on the aisle, and ultimately you would have been on the
You
window.
keep saying her. No.
Oh, the he?
Her purse
Just
was
her purse.
there. She was not sitting there. I was going to sit all the way toward the window. Sorry, it just came back up again. Okay. I was going to sit all the way toward the window, but her purse was occupying the other seat. And she said, "Oh, didn't you see my purse?"
And I'm sure her purse did not pay.
I said, "No, ma'am, I didn't know this was your bag." She said, "Oh, you have to go back up there."
Wait.
Oh,
Was this the flight attendant or was this another passenger?
The flight attendant, honey.
oh, that was a testing of your faith. Yay!
No. Oh no.
Ooh, I just felt it again in my shadow.
Oh no. Oh no. No.
That
No.
lady
No.
said, "Did you see this bag?" I said, "Wait, how does your bag get?" She literally had her. This is what I don't understand. She had her bag. See, this is why I need a DD Felder. She had her bag sitting there with the seatbelt on it.
But this is the flight attendant. She's not. She's working the flight.
Yes, she was working the flight with her. Her pretty self.
No.
So she was working the flight.
Oh no.
And
Oh,
said,
no.
oh no, didn't you see my bag sitting here?"
Oh no, Jesus.
So I started to say, "Lady, see, y'all don't know. Y'all, nobody knows the side of me.
Oh my
I
God.
keep it way, way down. But my grandma used to shoot her own children out the tree. Lady,
Oh,
you don't
no.
want this smoke." So I said, "Phew. You're a gospel artist. Okay. I said, yes, ma'am. I got my stuff and I moved. Because I'm telling you, there was something rising in me. Because I kept saying, did she tell me to move for her bag? Not a person, not even her.
Mm-mm. No. So the bag took the whole row.
The bag took one seat.
First of all, Tracy, Leah Marie just chimed in, and she said the exact thing that I was thinking, that they have compartments for their things. The flight attendants have their own compartments. And now here's Tracy J. Wilson. She said, "No, ma'am. Why is your purse out in the first place?" Stacy chimes in and she said, "You're good." She said, "You're really good." And Tracy J. Wilson chimes in with Stacy to say, "Right, ma'am."
Yeah,
Okay.
I told that stuff public. That was like, but I think I said it because it was early going on with COVID, so there was a partition and I had on a mask. I'm like the most quiet. The only thing you're going to see with me, I'm like, I'm jamming in my seat. I'm writing notes. That's all you're going to get off me on a plane. But this lady was, okay, almost is not.
Let me just say the bad thing about having a cell phone now is because I got a picture. I was on a flight with a bad experience some years ago, and the man's picture is still in my phone. I will post you on social media so quick and say Southwest rudeness in a minute.
Oh, I know. I did report it because I thought it was. Oh, see, I didn't took myself back. Okay, I did report it because I thought it was extremely unprofessional. And your fellow flight attendant told me I could sit here.
Was it Southwest? Was it really Southwest?
It was America. It was American.
Okay.
It
Yeah.
was American. I've almost never had again. Okay, so throughout, I think it goes both ways, right? I try to be a good traveler. I try to like do what you ask me to do. I get excited. I'm listening to music or whatever, and I maybe my mask, may fall down by accident. You walk by, I don't get an attitude. So I just try to be, both ways, because I've gotten on planes and they already see, y'all know I'm a thicky thick. They already see me coming and they like, oh Lord, she about to sit here. Yes. So I don't got time for the nasty. So I just try to, be the girl that my mama raised me to be, and I try to be kind and considerate to others, and the kind of thing. Because I'm telling you, that lady caught she almost caught all of my grandma, which would not have been pretty.
I'm gonna say this, and for real, you saved. That you a different dimension. you saved. That's you got it for real. Because I'm here to tell you, I am the nicest guy that you'll ever want to meet. I promise you, I am. Until you cross me. And that I would have taken that as being crossed. I would have first opened up by saying, lady, we are free to move about the country. So, you know what I'm saying? This purse, it does not have a payment on the seat, first of all. Secondly, you have a compartment for your purse. Thirdly, excuse me, I'm about to sit down. Now, you can either move your purse or you can get your purse when we land. It's completely, because I'm about to sit down right here in 3, 2, and you understand? So, man, listen. I wouldn't have raised my voice. I would have been very nice. I'd have been very understanding. You should have been able to understand every word that I said, Miss Lady, ma'am. I don't mean no harm. I understand that your purse is here. Now, I am going to sit here, and so it's completely up to you. You can, hey, you can move your purse if you so choose, or I just had some Mexicans, so I don't know if you really, really want me to sit on your purse for the next hour on this flight. I'm gonna just be honest and upfront with you, lady. There are some things that are inside of me. I'd have gave her. I'd have went the whole route. I'd have let her have it all the way.
Y'all don't understand is. I'm trying to be safe and be good.
You are safe. No, you ain't.
And I just try to remember that people see me and people watch me, and one day, I'll be on the Grammys, right? That's what I believe, right? I'll be sitting in the Grammys next to Jacory, and I just want people like that lady cussed me out, and she's supposed to be Christian. No, I didn't say nothing to you, lady. So I just, what I'm saying, I'm telling you, I felt it again. I'm gonna tell. Can I say this? And I won't get in trouble. So what I felt was my mama, calls people heifers. So that's what I felt like coming out, and all the stuff, because I told you I watched Love and Hip Hop. So all the stuff would have come out. So it was best that I keep it to myself.
You saved.
I'm telling, because I am so even keeled that if I go off, which I don't go off, it's gonna explode because I don't go off. When I go off, which no one has. There's that's why I be scared to go off, because if I hold, it's not gonna be good.
Somebody's teeth gonna get knocked out, right?
Yeah, because I was mad. I was like, "It's your," and then it was a nice bag. It was a very nice bag. So I felt like, oh, so not only are you probably a little racist, lady, but you're gonna set your nice little Gucci bag here.
Let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you like this: whatever Holy Ghost you got, that's what I need. Because I don't have that Holy Ghost. I'm gonna be honest with you. I do not have your Holy Ghost. Whatever Holy Ghost you got, that's what I need. I need another dip. I need, and I know it was just Pentecost Sunday. And we all got a re-dipping and a refilling and all that kind of stuff. But let that happen this coming Sunday. Let something like that happen. Hold on, wait a minute. Let me go down a different road and lead right back to where I was. Now, in the news, since we're talking about aeronomics and all this type of stuff, you do know that that airlines are now thinking about. They're trying to figure out if they can start weighing us before we get on the plane.
What?
You haven't heard? Yes. So the airlines now are entertaining being able to weigh us so that they can evenly distribute the weight on the plane.
That's disrespectful.
I'm trying to tell you what I know. I've been reading this, and I'm waiting for it to become official because this is going to cause a major holocaust. So the airlines want to be able to weigh each and every one of us before we get on the plane, so that they can evenly distribute the weight on the plane. Many pilots and many airlines have been having issues to where the planes have been malfunctioning and different things of that nature because there's too much weight on one side and not enough on another side. So the planes is kind of not evenly distributed. They've had problems taking off properly. They've had problems landing properly. And so the airlines want to now entertain having a scale at every gate and being able to weigh us and seat us according to weight provisions.
Oh, they want somebody's teeth knocked out.
So let me ask y'all this real talk. Are we offended? Are we bothered by that? Okay.
Yeah, I'm bothered by it. Yeah, I'm offended.
I'm saying this because I'm a thicky thick.
Yeah, I'm offended.
Are we offended by that because? Are we offended by that because we protect each other's fat?
I'm offended by it. Period. I'm swollen. COVID sucks. My mid region sticks out, and I'm not trying to be on nobody's scale for the whole world to know what I weigh. You know what I'm saying? I'm already tired of going to the doctor and they talking about come here, come with me over here. You know what I'm saying? And we got to go get on the doggone freight scale. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of being put in a different category just because I got a couple extra pounds on me. So the last thing I'm going to do is be weighed in at the gate. I'm not going to be doing it.
I mean, I understand, but seriously. Like on my way home, I sat by a fairly large man.
Mm-hmm.
And in all due respect, I say this as a thicky thick, as a girl who got, you know what I'm saying, a little something on the backside. But are we bothered because we protect each other's fat? Are we bothered because it's disrespectful and we don't want people to know what we weigh? I mean, because when you're thinking about in all due respect, when you're thinking about the even weight of a plane,
mm-hmm.
and if there has to be even distribution for this plane to effectively fly, I'm just asking a general question. I'm seeking to do better in my health. I'm not trying to be skinny, but I want to be healthy. Am I bothered by that because I'm bothered about how I feel or how I look? Or am I bothered because I just don't want people to know? Because I'm just saying for the even weight, if that means this plane is going to fly properly, then I need to let you weigh me so I can have a safe flight.
Oh, so you didn't flipped it. Mm-hmm. I do want to get there safely.
I want to get where I'm going safely.
Yeah, I know. And that is why God gave us eyes to see. And so you should, if that is the issue or that is the problem, you at the gate should be able to say, okay, I got this stickums and this stickums. They can't sit together. I'm gonna put one on one side of the plane and the other on the other side of the plane. You should be able to make that determination when you see people walking on the plane. You don't have to weigh me to know that I'm thick. You know what I'm saying? You can look at me and see that I weigh a couple pounds more than the next person.
But take a guy who lifts a lot, right? Yeah, I'm serious because the other side is we want to get where we're going safely. So take a guy like I immediately thought about The Rock, right? He's got to weigh some serious pounds, even though he's kind of slimmed down a little bit, but that muscle weighs. So if you're a 300-pound sumo wrestler, how do we, again, you're looking at a person, you can assume you're 210, but you're really 285 because of the muscle.
I hear you.
I'm just giving another side. I'm saying this as a thicky thick, as a person who don't want to get on the scale publicly.
So you're saying you would be okay with them weighing you for them to seat you correctly to even
I'm not saying, passenger Yolanda Morant, please step forward. Yes, you weigh 2 blah blah blah. Thank you. I ain't saying that. But I am saying, I just try to be fair. I am saying if I come to if it's a process that's not humiliating, at least I know in advance so I can get prepared, right? If it's a process that's not humiliating and I don't have to, it doesn't have to be sounded across the, across the airwaves.
Mm-hmm.
And this means I'm going to get to Japan safely, then, that's just me though.
Okay, I feel you. Now we got.
We rarely disagree right here, but that's just
it's okay, and it's okay to disagree as long as we're not disagreeable. It's okay. Leah Marie chimes in and she says, "Last year I'd be offended, but now I'm like, way me." She says, "No, really, this is too little, too late." She says the airlines are out of order. Now, let me just let you know, this has not been approved yet, but this is something that the airlines are working together to try to make happen. Cheryl Reed also chimes in and she says, "That's right. Choose your battles." She says, "Agree. I agree. I would rather have a safe flight." So Cheryl is saying that she would allow them to weigh her. No, I'm not getting weighed. And if that is what's going to keep me from going from here to someplace, it may keep me from going because I'm what I weigh is for me to know. It's not public knowledge for all of y'all. It's me, my doctor, and maybe one person in my family.
Really? Now I tell you, I will say the other spin. Now, what's not going to be? So this is what I'm thinking. You already got to get to the airport 2 hours in advance. You got to go through security. Lines are going to be longer. People are going to try to get outside. If this happens, this is going to make boarding process very lengthy.
I agree.
So my first thought is, are you weighing everybody? Now, if you're weighing everybody, I can come to terms. If you're just weighing the thick people, then I think that's when it's going to be a problem.
So I hear you. Dee Dee Felder said earlier, she said, "Just don't put my weight on the loudspeaker." And then Leah Marie says, "Right, because I'm about to tear this airport up." You hear me? You understand? I get it. I get it. I would definitely keep all of you abreast of what ends up happening with this. This is something that I'm definitely keeping up with because, again, there's too much of me to go around as it is already. But I would definitely let you guys know what ends up happening. And as soon as I know, you'll know. So it's all good. All right, y'all. I am looking up at the clock, and it is almost time to go. But before we do, I want to go around the room, and if there is a subject that I may have missed that you want to mention, Jacory or Yolanda, this is our time to do our round robin, as I call it. We'll do our round robin to where if you have a subject or something that you need to express or share with our listening audience, this is that time. So, Jacory, I will start with you. Let us know what I may have missed or what you may have coming up or what you would like to share at this time.
Oh, you know what I want to share? Actually, today, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I will be, all of my Clubhouse people, y'all meet me in the Indie Music Review Room with Derek Huggins. Me and Ashlyn will be in there. They will be reviewing our music for radio. So that's at 5 p.m. I'll put it up on here so you can come in there. If you're on Clubhouse, come in there and let's get better acquainted. Other than that, on June 18th, I will be flying out to the great city of Louisville, Kentucky, for the Front Room Live intimate worship encounter with Jamaica Edie and Jonathan Nelson and some other people. So, some things are picking up. So y'all keep watching. Hey.
That's good stuff. I'm not mad at you. Speaking about Clubhouse, those of you who are hanging out with us, especially if you are an Android user, they have now opened up the platform for us to be able to invite Android users. Clubhouse is still invite only, but they have opened it up to some Android users. So if you are an Android user or an iPhone user, and if you want to get on Clubhouse or want to be able to get that invite to be able to check out that event that Jacory was talking about, that he and Ashlyn will be on later on today. If you want to get an invite to Clubhouse. Let us know. I have an invite that I can share with one of you. Just know I have to know you. But if you're hanging out with us and you want to get that invite to Clubhouse, whether you're iPhone or Android, so somebody like I think the only Android user we have on here is Tracy J. Wilson and Mrs. Kennedy. They're the only Android users that I know that might be on here. But if you want to get that invite and be able to get on Clubhouse, hit me up. Let us know. We will make it happen. Ashton wanted us to know. Please note, I was not on the show today, and she says she wanted to let y'all know that in case inquiring minds need to know. So thank you, Ashton, for that update that you were not on the show. We appreciate that. I want to put on the screen that Leah Marie wants to say to you, Yolanda, in particular, that you killed it today and that she really loved your views, and that is all to the good. Tracy J. Wilson wants to know why I had to call her out. I'm only calling you out in love because you are an Android user. It is what it is. But if you want to get that invite to Clubhouse, we definitely can make that happen. Just hit us up. You can either mention it in the chat or you can even throw it out to us on Facebook Messenger, and we will make that happen. All right, Yolanda, is there anything that you may want to mention? It's maybe somewhere you're going to be going, or a subject that I might have mentioned. The virtual floor is yours.
I saw something this morning on Instagram from the Jasmine brand. The headline says Texas lawmakers approve letting people carry handguns without a license and or background check. Just a small part of it is Texas proposed to remove one of its last major gun restrictions after lawmakers approved allowing people to carry handguns without a license and the background check and training that goes with it. You can see more about this story on the Jasmine brand on Instagram. So I'm not a gun carrier. No shade if you are. I just think when traveling now, you guys are going to have to be careful. I'm going to Texas. Seems like it's all free willy over there. So just be careful.
Most definitely. That's good stuff. I am not a gun carrier as of yet, but in the words of the late, great Andre Crouch, he wrote a song that simply says, "It won't be long." Right. It won't be long that I will definitely be carrying my, it's official as of yesterday. Both of my twins are now officially seniors. They will be seniors in the upcoming school year. And I have been watching a bunch of different movies. I watched Bad Boys 2 the other day when Reggie came over to take out Martin Lawrence's daughter. Listen, I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? He was like, what you want? Like, my name is Reggie. I come to take Megan out. He's like, how old are you? 18. Boy, you look 30. You got some ID? I'm going to be doing all of those things, as well as I was watching another movie, had my kids cracking up with Ice Cube's son, and it was a young man. He was going to take this guy's 50 Cent's daughter to the prom, and he said, "Come here, man. Let me talk to you for a second." He took him in the garage, and there was about 15 to 20 big buff guys in the garage talking about, "Now, son, now it's been my responsibility to watch over my daughter. For the first time, I'm giving you that responsibility. And these are all of her uncles and cousins, and we want to make sure that you know that we're watching your every move." So that I'm already making preparation for proms and all this kind of stuff. They're going to definitely have to go through me and all of my big friends. We're going to all come together, and you can weigh us that day. You can put us on the scale that day because we're going to be there to let them know exactly what the business is. So definitely want to keep you all abreast of that. Listen, as I mentioned, I will be out of town for the next Shop Talk. Maybe Yolanda might be able to take on the reins as the host. I'll be able to hang out, but I won't be able to host. But we'll talk about that offline. Today has been absolutely amazing. Another great show as always. And I look forward to doing this again in the near future. As we get ready to close, just want to mention a couple things. Again, the revised Freedom Radio app should be available as early as tomorrow, if not later today. Definitely want you guys, if you don't have it, make sure you download it. If you do have it, make sure you do the update when it becomes available, and we'll be able to communicate a lot better. I'll be able to send out messages throughout the app and stuff like that. It's a great update to what we've been doing. Yolanda has really, really helped me to push this vision forward. Also, I want everyone to mark their calendars tentatively for Saturday, July 10th. We are looking to have our Freedom Radio anniversary picnic. We're going to do it in a picnic format this year, and we definitely want to be able to make that happen, and it's going to be absolutely amazing. All right, y'all, we're getting ready to go. But before we go, I got a great song to play on the way out. I was at an event this past Sunday. I was at Olivet in Oakland. They had an absolutely amazing Sunday Night Live with a more of a youth focus on it, and they had some incredible people singing. They even let me touch the stage for a couple seconds. I probably was the oldest. Greg is older than me, but I was one of the older people on there. But they had an amazing event. Your friend and mine, Ja'Cory Crystal Lene, was there, and Lord have mercy, Jesus, she took us out. And we're going to get ready to end today's show with her song. And you're right, Ashton, it will be Freedom in the Park on July the 10th. Make sure you mark your calendars for that. It's going to be an absolutely amazing event. So without further ado, on behalf of Yolanda in Charlotte, North Carolina, Ja'Cory, you trying to get my attention? Oh, Ja'Cory in Hercules, California. Ashlyn hanging out with us virtually. My name is Demetrius Tofu. To the next time on this same Shop Talk Network at this same Shop Talk time, y'all know how I do. Come
on, clap your hands, all you people. We're getting ready to dance. We're getting ready to shout. And we're getting ready to declare that it's our season. It's our season to live. Yes, it is. To everything a season, to everything a time.